First Steps After New Business is written with Warren Mounce Agency. We represent you guys as the agent. So no matter what, we are your go-to people.
All right, episode 66, yellow colored glasses. We are joined today by myself and Amanda.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about some servicing stuff, all right, means having an insurance agent, and kind of the service process and benefits. But before we get started, we're going to do a review here.
Yes.
You got a review ready to go, baby?
I have a review. This review comes, I don't know if it's been said or not before.
Just go ahead and read it.
Okay.
It's all good.
This review comes from Michelle Lyle. I feel like this one has been read before, but we're going with it. We just completed transferring our insurance policies to Warren Mounce. The process was super easy and quick. We are not only saving money, but increased coverages. Highly recommend. Thank you, Jake. So that is from Michelle Lyle.
Good job, Jake.
We appreciate every review. If you have worked with us and have not left us a review, even if we worked out for you or not, please do so. Reviews are huge for our business as well as referrals. So please, if you have not done so, we would appreciate that.
Yes, reviews. So, let's talk about some peaks and pits, sweetie.
All right.
Let's go first. You go first. You go with your peak.
So, a peak. Oh, man. Man, I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
You don't have anything good going on in your life?
I mean, I've got a lot going on in my life, but I can't think of anything like, bam.
All right. Peak for me is it's deer season this weekend. Haven't been in the stand yet one time. Probably going to get in the stand this weekend for at least a day, opening day of rifle season. Don't know where yet. We don't know if we're going to be up north or if we're going to be down south.
We're going south.
Are we?
Yes.
For sure?
Yes.
Okay. We're going south. So the deer are a little bit smaller down there. That's a pit. But still be fun. So we get to see some family. I think a lot of my Mounce family is going to be down around the cabin this weekend on Saturday evening. So I think a lot of them haven't even seen our kids yet.
I don't know who
That'll
else is going to be there, so we'll see. Peak for me is just going into the holiday season is always a lot of fun, and being able to see and hear our children's Christmas ideas that they think they are going to get. It's kind of funny to me, just to hear just through the holidays and embracing the time with the family, and deer season itself is basically a holiday, so figuring out how to make all that work. But it's a peak because it's extra time together. Yeah,
what do they want? Drum set, guitar, PlayStation 5.
I'm gonna automatically just
new car.
X-nay the drum set and guitar. I don't think I'm quite ready for that yet.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. They already just make a ton of noise. All right, pit.
Pit for me is just, honestly, been feeling a little under the weather the last few days. That time of year, colds, so hopefully gonna overcome
new variants.
Yep, whatever you just said, I didn't listen to it. Anyway, hoping to kind of overcome that, and just start being back to my normal self.
Pits are always tough for me to figure out. Chiefs offense. Gosh dang. That's about it. Everything else in life's great. Chiefs offense got to figure it out though. But anywho.
Yep.
So those are our peaks. Those are our pits. So with that, we just did an episode. Jake and Michaela did an episode on renewals and kind of the status of renewals and how that process works. Kind of the status of our industry with people's renewals coming up, and gave a lot of really good information. So we wanted to give a little bit of information on specifically the services that we provide as your agent on the service side of things. Okay, and like what happens when you move your insurance over to us? What does that look like? What are the next steps? What does that process look like? And so Amanda here handles whenever new business is written. Basically, she takes it from there and handles all the servicing of it. She answers your phone calls, your questions, your emails, and she makes all those changes. So I wanted to kind of talk about how that looks. So somebody switches over to us. What's it look like?
First steps after new business is written with Warren Mounce Agency. We represent you guys as the agent. So no matter what, we are your go-to people. So after the new business is written, if you have a home, we make sure that all of the documents get sent to your mortgage company. We handle all of that on the back end for you. That's what we're here for, just to make sure the process is seamless and very smooth transition over to us. And then from there, if any documents need signed, if you need any documents for your own records, anything like that, we just make sure you get all of that from the get-go and take care of that. And then once you're within our agency, we represent you. So if there is something that needs changed on your policy, you're not calling Nationwide or Travelers or whichever company you are with, you're calling Warren Mounce Agency. You're calling us, emailing us, whichever works best for you. And we take care of all of those changes for you. Your kid just turned 16. We get them added to your policy. Anything, vehicle changes, anything like that, we take care of that for you. We make sure you have everything you need in place, and just guide you on what the best route's going to be through those life-changing scenarios or just those general day-to-day type situations.
Yeah, and I think that's really important to know, because I think a lot of people think that a brokerage is you get them their insurance and you set them up with a company, and then once we set you up with the company, we're kind of hands off at that point. And that's true of some brokerages, but that's not how we run things here. We run this just like your State Farm or your Farmers or American Family. It doesn't matter. Like Amanda just said, who you're with doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Mm-hmm. What matters is that we're representing you. We're the ones taking care of you. So what are some things that maybe some of our customers do now that maybe not mistakes, but like things that they don't really know that they could be coming to us for or you for?
One of the absolute biggest things that people do is file a claim without getting guidance. So if you are in an accident or there's a hailstorm or anything like that, the last thing you want to do is immediately just file a claim. Because now, obviously, if your vehicle is completely destroyed or whatever, that's going to be a no-brainer. You're going to. But if it's just a small little dent, somebody backed into you in the parking lot, something like that, you always want to do your due diligence as far as see how much it's going to cost to repair. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes if you go file a claim and find out, well, it only costs $400 to repair, but my deductible is $500 or $1,000 or whatever that may be, then you're out. No matter what, it's a waste. No matter what, you now have a claim on your record, which does affect you long term. The more, especially if something bigger ends up happening, unfortunately, like things just happen. So always the first step is always just contact us. That's going to be number one with filing a claim. I actually recently had somebody reach out wanting to know how to get the claim process started. I told them, please just check, see how much it's going to be to repair. And before the hour was even up, I saw that they had already filed a claim without taking those steps. So just make sure you're taking those steps and doing that for yourself, because that's going to benefit you in the long run, is making sure that you have the correct, you're making an informed decision, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And there's advice too, like a lot of times people don't remember what their deductible is, right? They'll call us and ask what their deductible is. And yeah, ultimately too, the other piece of it is when you let us know that, hey, this is what's happening and we're looking at filing a claim, like it's pretty easy for us to help even file the claim, right? So then from the beginning, we're involved in the process. We know it's been done. We are also more aware of the communication that's going on between you and the claims rep or the adjuster. And so it just saves you the hassle.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, yeah, it's a little bit more work for us, but that's our job, right? That's what we're here for, and that's what we're trying to provide. So it's all good to reach out to us before. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want as well is you don't want a claim that's a zero payout claim, because it still shows up. Even though the insurance company didn't pay anything on the claim, they still had to pay people to look into it. They still had to pay people to investigate it, and that goes on your record, and that increases your rates.
Yeah.
So,
another thing I want to just say is sometimes claims are filed and we have no clue. They're open, closed. We get notifications typically, but there are times where we don't know that a claim's been filed, and then your renewal comes around and we're like, what's this claim? Like, why do you remember them filing this claim or whatever it may be? And unfortunately, we didn't know anything about it. So just the communication piece, that way if something is going wrong with the claim, we can help step in as well and just guide and hold your hand or whatever we need to do to make sure that we get the best, that you're taking care of the best that you can.
what do you think the best way to communicate with you is on the service side?
As far as service goes, there's tons of clients that have my personal cell phone number. Shoot me a text, whatever it is. But the best and easiest way is through an email. That email comes in, it's not going to get missed that way, because I don't open an email until I'm ready to see what needs done. That way I can finish up what I'm doing and then go to that email. Also, I can mark emails as unread if it's something I can't get to right then. So then I can go back to it. I never leave my inbox with any number at all. So if I know if there's something in my inbox, if there's a 1, 2, 5, whatever, that I have something to do, like that I need to make sure it's taken care of.
I mean, you're not like me, you don't have 357.
Between Dustin and Caleb, they probably have like 30,000 emails that are not read.
That's not true. On my personal email, that's true. On my work email, that's true. Work email is zeroed out every day.
There's a personal email account that all the spam ads from different stores that I sign up for discounts go to. Now that one, that's a different story. But my work email, it definitely stays at 0 unless there's something I just haven't got to yet. So email, definitely the easiest to make sure that it gets done in a timely manner. Obviously calling the office, I have a daily checklist, somebody calls in, take care of it, that way as well. So those are going to be the easiest, just so I can make sure it gets done and we keep track of it. So.
Yeah, and I think the main thing too here is like those of you that have watched us, our other podcasts, right? Whenever it's all four of us talking about stuff and talking about how we run the business, and we all kind of have our roles. And like Michaela does a phenomenal job with all the renewals, right? She's like, we're now entering we're in our third year, right? Just started year 3, so like the load of, hey, we have all these customers. There's a lot more renewals now that we're getting rolling. Well, it's the same thing on the service side too. And I guess the main point is we are here for you. Like that's what we've preached since the beginning. That we're here for you to take care of you. So use us, right? Use what we're offering, and honestly, in the long run, it just makes it that much simpler when clients are using us to service versus trying to do things on their own sometimes.
Yep. And there are simple things to do. If you have your carrier's app and you need an ID card, it's having the apps on your phone is very convenient in the moment. And there are things that is beneficial from
Absolutely.
that. Something I was gonna say, I don't enjoy having to call people and say your payment didn't go through. I don't enjoy, because some people get embarrassed by that. But when I'm doing that call or that email or that follow-up or whatever it is, it's to help you. So that as your agents, that's what we're here for. We're here to make sure that your insurance is staying up to date, that your payments are going through, that whatever it is taken care of. And like Dustin said a little bit ago about being a brokerage, is you don't always have that. or people don't think that they have that for them. So every day I'm going through and seeing who are there people on cancellation lists, are there people on non-pays, and making those point of contacts just to make sure we have that communication. And that's, like I said, that's what we're here for, to make sure you guys are taken care of.
Yep, good points. So, anything else to add to the service piece of things?
Well, I just said email, so if you need to email me any service, you can find my email on our website.
Or it's Amanda at WMAG.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the easiest way, but obviously calling the office as well.
Okay. So that's that obviously the service piece on the personal line side. I mean, that's what you handle. More pretty much that's your main thing. So the other pieces of some things that we've got going on in the office, from the beginning when we opened up, we wanted to be essentially a one-stop shop for all of our customers for everything that they do. The only thing that we don't do currently is we don't offer health insurance. We do offer health insurance, but we have a third party that we essentially partner with, and they handle it. They're really good. That's what they specialize in. I've had 3 people this week actually ask me about health insurance at their grocery store. And yeah, it's such a changing market. Things are always changing in the healthcare field, so we don't keep up with it. On the financial side of things, that piece is also coming. So right now, we can do some financial vehicles through our life insurance that we've been able to offer, as far as index universal life policies and fixed index annuities, all that stuff. But we're getting ready to be into the game of where your traditional securities, and offering IRAs, people that have worked for an employer for a lot of years, maybe they're retired and they have 401ks, that they don't really know what to do with that. We're going to have that's coming. Really, once that gets established, pretty much anything on the financial side we're going to be able to do, which is going to be a big thing for our agency, because everybody needs financial tools and financial help.
And if you gain that trust in us with your insurance, you're also going to look at us for other opportunities where you can keep your business under one roof. So.
Yeah, and there's also, with that being said, it's not going to be just for personal, personal retirement advice, or financial planning, that kind of stuff. There's a lot that goes into the business side of things and planning, financially that way too. And we insure a lot of businesses. There are a lot of really huge tax saving strategies and pieces that we're going to be able to put in place that we're learning more and more about. And so that's going to be a big deal. We're excited for that. It's kind of been a work in progress for a little while. It's taken a little bit to get it all done, but we do have somebody that's going to be able to do that soon. So that is also coming.
You already kind of hit on it. Life insurance offered in the agency. Yeah,
so life insurance, especially as you get to this time of year, I don't know why, when I get to Thanksgiving and I get to Christmas, I start thinking a lot more about life insurance too. And I don't know if it's just, you're around family, so things hit home more. You think about the people that, you don't get to see all the time. And then you start thinking about, the things that you have in place for yourself that protect, it's not for you, it's for your family, right? And so I would challenge people to, as they're going into the holiday season, like, life insurance is one of those things that it needs to be a priority, and it's not a sexy thing. It's money that you don't see an instant return on. It's no self-gratification to it. The only thing that it's doing for you is giving you peace of mind that if something happens to you, that your wife or your husband or your kids, or whoever it is that you have as your beneficiary, that they're taken care of, and not just giving them a check to do whatever, but it's also the mourning process and the grieving process that takes place after that none of us think about.
Yeah.
I know for me, if something happens to you, I'm not going to feel like coming to work for a little bit, right? So I think that's true for everybody, right? And unfortunately, if you don't have those things in place and you don't take the time to plan and make it a priority, then we see a lot of people that are in bad situations when those things do occur, and they just do, because it's life. So
yeah, that's a big one, and we continue to write a lot of life insurance here at our agency. We had a massive year. I think I don't know, what was it, over 100.
I haven't ran the numbers yet for end of year, so I don't know.
I mean, we helped over 100 families for sure with life insurance this year. Probably pushing 250 since we've opened, and yeah, that continues and will continue to be a priority for us too. So, what else we got? We're starting basketball for Macklin.
Starting basketball every day of the week for the next 3.5 months, basically.
Basketball season's here. Football season's in full force. Deer season is here. Family season. And this is an amazing time of year, and it feels like it just gets quicker every time.
It's going to be 2024 before we basically blink our eyes. We're almost there. I do have a debate. If you see this at all, I need to know, are we a Christmas tree before Thanksgiving or a Christmas tree after Thanksgiving? I know that's the debate every year, and we're at that time of year where it's like, I kind of want to start, but at the same time, I haven't. Well, mainly because I'm wanting a new Christmas tree.
Yes. Which you'll probably get.
No.
So here's my opinion on that. People pay a lot of money for Christmas lights. Mm-hmm. They pay a lot of money for their Christmas tree, for all their decorations. Why in the world would you not get the most out of it, right? We're past Halloween. Everybody's getting into the holiday spirit. There's absolutely zero wrong with having that up starting now, in my opinion. Like, have it up for 2 months. Get your money's worth.
I'll be honest. I grew up in a house where it didn't happen till after Thanksgiving, and I always kind of stuck with that. But over the last few years, I've started doing it earlier, just because
you get excited.
I get excited, but the kids, they're excited too. They're excited to see the tree up. So anyway, I'm coming around to the before Thanksgiving, but.
Well, I like it too, because in our house, we've got those windows on the back, and so if we've got a tree up, it gives me another place to hide whenever I'm watching for deer. So, we got deer in our backyard all the time, and it makes it a little more fun to be able to
when the Christmas lights are on, we don't use our actual lights in our house either, which like in the living room anyway. So I kind of like that ambiance. But anyway, that's what we got. We got lots happening here at the office. End of year tends to kind of slow down a little bit, but not necessarily either.
I would say that this is still probably busier than we've been.
Oh yeah.
It's starting to obviously slow down now, but I don't know. Every time I get on here and do a podcast and we start talking about our business, and it just kind of comes back to customers and the fact that we're just now in the beginning of year 3, and all of the people that we're able to take care of, it kind of just, I don't mean to sound cheesy, but it kind of gets overwhelming at times in a good way, to think that we have been able to do as much as we have and take care of as many people as we have, and that's a tribute to the customers, the clients. It's a tribute to our business partners. It's to our employees that we have in here, and I think that, the view that people have of us as people and as an agency, and I don't know, I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, just to know that not only do we have our customers, but they're going out there and just referring people, and every time somebody calls, we like to know how they heard about us, and I would say 95 to 99% of the time. I know that's pretty wide gap, really, but
but it's true. Most of it is a referral.
Is almost always a referral from a client. Every now and then we get I Googled blah blah blah, whatever. But almost every single time it's from another client, and that feels good to know that we have the support of all of our customers.
So to reiterate, to wrap things up. Essentially, our service team, which is mainly you, okay, we're here to take care of you, right? Requests, changes, quotes, anything like that, you let us know, right? That's what we're here for, and I feel like feel like we do a good job with it. We're only going to continue to get better with it as we bring more people. I would say, I don't know, next year will probably be another season of, hopefully us growing more and adding more, and that's on the horizon, and that's exciting as well. And it's nice to be able to add to your team and, to grow and expand.
For sure.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
if you're watching, hit the like button, share it, subscribe, and we appreciate you very, very much, just like it says behind me. Like and subscribe. But anyway, that's episode 66, and hopefully the audio worked well. See you, everybody.
Bye.